Back, a former student from Carnegie Mellon is suing her alma mater for anti-Jewish discrimination and retaliation. In the lawsuit, Yael Canaan, who was a Jewish student of Israeli descent at CMU, accuses the university of systematic anti-Semitic behavior and abuse beginning in 2018 by its faculty and administration.
The suit claims the alleged abuse began when a university professor allegedly denied Canaan a homework assignment extension so that she could attend a memorial service for victims of a Pittsburgh synagogue shooting back in October 2018. We remember that story very well. So Brooke Goldstein is the lawyer or attorney representing Canaan and the founder of End the Jewish Hatred Movement. Thank you so much for being here. Describe for us what your client experienced during her time at the university.
So first of all, thank you so much for having me and highlighting what has really become systemic Jew hatred on American college campuses, Carnegie Mellon University being just one example. My client, Yael, is a very brave Jewish American of Israeli descent who, unfortunately, even starting in her freshman year at Carnegie Mellon, was subjected to horrific, intentional, and abusive anti-Semitism, both from the faculty and the administration at CMU. You mentioned earlier during her freshman year, she was denied an excused absence to go attend a memorial ceremony for the victims of anti-Semitic terrorism at the Tree of Life Synagogue. But it gets worse. She was told by one of her teachers that she should do a project on, quote, what Jews do to make themselves so hated, end quote. Another example, Yael was doing an architecture project on the differentiation in the Orthodox community between public and private spaces. And of course, the teacher again politicized that and said, are you doing a project on the wall that Israelis use to separate Palestinians? Yael was treated this way because she is Jewish. That is the only reason she was subjected to this harassment. And then when she ended up complaining, she was retaliated against. She was told and actually discouraged from filing an official complaint. She went to the Title VI office, to the DEI office, to no avail. And then she was retaliated against. She was excluded from school activities. She was told, stop being such a victim. One of her professors told her, I can't fight your battles for you. This is completely unacceptable. So we are very proud to represent Yael in what I think is a very groundbreaking civil rights lawsuit against Carnegie Mellon University, which, by the way, also just happens to be one of the largest recipients of money from Qatar, Qatar being the second largest state sponsor of terrorism. Now, we allege in our lawsuit that this absolutely affected the way that Yael was treated. All of these outsized donations.
Let me just jump in, just for time purposes. But the allegations you're presenting are just shocking and so disturbing. A spokesperson for the university says CMU is committed to creating a welcoming, inclusive, and supportive environment, saying we take any allegations of mistreatment or harassment seriously. We've just received notice of the lawsuit. We will evaluate and respond to it. Brooke, if you could comment briefly on the potential response from the university, and then obviously, why now is Yael coming forward with her story?
Yeah, so they did not treat her allegations of mistreatment or harassment seriously. They are not a welcoming and inclusive place. And Yael continually tried to complain and report what was happening to her when she was at the school, thinking that this would be dealt with. But unfortunately, it happened all the way up until her graduation. And she has every right right now to avail herself of her rights in a court of law. And we are happy again to represent her to make sure that the civil rights of Jewish students are protected and that she receives equal treatment, equal protection under the law.